So starting today, I was trying my best to wait until 10 a.m. because between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Eastern, that's the model and the setup that ICT teaches. So I was really waiting for the setup to happen within that time frame, or at least like an entry to happen within that time frame, and that's what we did today. I was a little confused because we had two candles like on a 2-minute chart, consecutive fair value gaps that presented themselves. So I wasn't 100% sure, like, do I wait for the retest back to the very first one or just get in on the second one, the most recent one? I suck with my patience, so I got in on the second one. Had to take a little bit more heat than I would have liked to, and of course we went up and touched the first one perfectly, and that would have been the better entry. Could have easily had 50-60 points out of that. So I ended up just taking a little bit of profit, but I had to move my stops because we went back to touch that first entry, or that first fair value gap, but it was kind of expected. So I took a little more heat than like what we could make on it, but now I know for next time to maybe switch that up. So if you guys have any ideas or recommendations, let me know. But other than that, enjoy the trade. Oh, if you're new here, we are on a funded account with Apex Trader. It's the first week that we're trading the funded account. We're doing pretty good. We're working with like ICT's strategies and setups and just trying to perfect that. If you're interested in trying to get a funded account, Apex has like 80% off for the rest of the month on any of their accounts. So be sure to grab one of those. I have a coupon and a link in the description. After this month, my coupon is like for 50% off. So still a pretty good deal, but 80% is obviously better than 50%. Enjoy the trades, and I'll talk to you guys in the comments. Really want to see a fair value gap to the downside, breaking these, or potentially this swing low back here, come up, retest, and then head down into this range. Really want to see this one get taken out, not just this one. We have a few gaps to choose from. If this 5-minute closes down here, ideally we want to get in at 617-ish, but then on like the 2-minute, could go back up into 628, 630. That would be nice, because that'd be a much bigger move and only risking 10-ish points. I don't know if we're going to get that though. Hopefully that wasn't the only opportunity. Let's just go ahead and get in. Got these bad boys up here. I really want to see between 560 and 570. This above this candle. That gap is below this swing, so I think it's safe to use that as our stop. But like I was saying, on the 1 hour, really want to see us fill in this gap. May put some at like, let's put a couple at like 570-ish. 3, because it's like halfway between. Yeah, put it around there. See if we can get a couple down at 560. Now we just wait. Watch the 1 hour over here and see if we can fill that in. I think this was the right setup. It's after 10. We have a swing low. We have a swing low right here. Fair value gap with conviction. Taking that out. Target is this fair value gap. The scary part. Just gonna need to just trust it. On the 5 minute, this would be an entry. I don't know. I don't really want to move my stops up to 51 though. That's kind of scary. We could come up and touch this block. I think we need to move it just a tad. Just a tad. See if we come up and touch that at 32-ish. We need it to reject that. There, now it doesn't look so bad. Now we need it to just keep going. I think ideally, on the 5 minute, we would have got in at 17. Maybe wait for it to come back like at least halfway through, so maybe in the 20s. Putting our stop way up at 50 though. No, it's going to. This is the model. This is the setup. Swing, fair value gap, retest. We just got in on like the 1 or 2 minute chart, so we got in a little early. But I think switching to the 5 minute to see where our stops needed to go, recognizing like that big move, I think that may save us. The bodies are respecting the fair value gap and that swing low. ICT says that the wicks are just volatility, so I think we're in good shape. We'll see. Look at that on the 2 minute. The first fair value gap that broke those swings came up halfway. All right, let's see if we can fill this in. Let's move our stops down. I don't really want to hold on to that if it goes back up there. All right, we are going to make sure we don't end on a red day. Don't want to see it come down to 60. Should we take some? One. Just two. $50. This is so difficult. Like, I need to squeeze more points out of this because we took quite a bit of heat. I was risking a lot, so I kind of want to see it play out what our original thesis was, but I just don't know if it's going to. I really thought once we got down into here that it was going to be a quick move. I'm going to pull one up because I want to see if we come into this gap. Oh, 11, right where our entry is. Trying not to think about the money because it kind of sucks that we're only up $80 on 4 contracts. But again, still trying to find the best or pick out this setup. So I think yeah, we came up and touched my original, came back up to 30. That first fair value gap, actually even up here, which wasn't going to trust. I didn't really want to trust that one, but because that was before 10 anyways. But this one we came up. I just thought that this was going to be our only opportunity. But we came back up and filled in, or came back up and tested that first one on the 2 minute. We broke these equal lows and swing lows. That would have been an ideal entry. 28. That would have been 50 points. Like relatively quickly too. Still want to see if we go down to 560 though. I'm gonna get out. Just can't hold on anymore. It's $100. So I really thought that this was gonna be our only opportunity. Let me put this on the 2 minute. That one would have been good too. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out which swing low needs to break to indicate these moves. I mean, obviously hindsight, this first one, but we tested it at 9:48. That's not part of that model. So at 10. Here, this bar is a 10 a.m. 2 minute bar. Had a fair value gap breaking these lows. Should have just waited for it to come back and touch there, but I get confused sometimes because when we have 2 consecutive fair value gaps, I don't know if it's best to enter on the lowest one or like the most recent one or the one before it. Obviously, I entered on the second one. Could have had an extra 30 points if we waited for it to enter on this one. It's probably bad practice to enter here and then add more back here. We could have just done like 3 contracts down here when there's 2, add 3 contracts on the first one. And that way we can withstand that pullback and then add another 3. It's all good. Not going to complain about $100 for like an hour and a half worth of work. All right, well, I don't want to overtrade. I waited for the setup. I got in it. I took profits. That's a win for me. Let me know how you all did today. Let me know if what I was talking about with this setup was wrong, or I need to change something or look out for something different. But I think I did it. I just wasn't able to get all the points that were there. So, talk to y'all later.